Cześć, witam serdecznie już w 23 odcinku Banishers. Lecimy, piekielne serce, musimy zrobić to zadanie, bo tutaj ogniska nie można na razie rozpalić, klątwa jest cały czas. Nie można przełączyć na Antię. Lecimy, znajdź boski akr. Nie wiem, czy tu ze wszystkimi porozmawiałem, ale jak nie, to później. Ten jeszcze. Tego jeszcze właśnie chyba nie gadałem.
Ishmael Law. I have seen you in the meeting. I would have liked to have been a banisher to tackle with the mysteries of our...
You wanted to be a banisher? That's unusual.
As a child, I met a banisher. I was impressed by the marks on his hands. The Ashu. You do God's work, though you know it or not. Like Charles Davenport.
You wanted to become a banisher? Why didn't you?
I got married instead. Came to New England. Ruined.
Tell me about folk round here.
A vast subject that requires...
Tell me about Governor Hatt.
A man like me does not get to know. He is a man of faith. We all trust him.
Tell me about Lamentation Haskell.
Nice boy. Very secretive. I do not understand the things he says.
How about you?
I've not been asked this in a long time. I am feeling...
No fajnie, dobrze, kolejny osadnik. Ismail. Arabskie korzenie. To jest jego dom. Biblia Króla Jakuba. O, dobra, miałem klucz, tak. Ubiór pogromcy. O kurczę, kolejny ubiór, świetnie, w skrzyniach. Co on nam daje? Trochę mniejszą siłę, siłę woli, mądrość fizyczne i zdrowie duże. No, dobre, bo jest na 4. W sumie 48 siły tu miałem, a tutaj miałem żywotność większa, siła, wszystko oprócz uporczywości i duchowości. Ale wezmę to, bo to jest na 4, jasne. Weźmiemy teraz ten strój. Dziwnie trochę wygląda. Ten lepiej, nie? Ale weźmiemy. Okej, połowę strojów zdobyłem. Ubiór pogromcy, no oczywiście. 23, 20, jeszcze lepszy. Tu 13, 13. Tak, lepsze obrażenia, jasne. Biorę to. Pogramy nim. W porządku. Dobra, idziemy w końcu. Na razie nie wiem, ze wszystkimi nie pogadałem, tu jest nauczyciel. Później wychodzimy, idziemy znaleźć boski akr. Piekielne serce, zadanie nawiedzenia, ale muszę to zrobić.
Thoughts on Caleb?
You first, young man.
Talking to Caleb felt like talking to a group. I'm thinking possession.
Possession is plausible, but the clues are confusing. We jump to no conclusions. Instead, we gather proof.
Dokładnie, dowody trzeba. Zaraz znajdziemy.
God's Acre?
God's Acre.
Tak jest, ja już tu byłem. I to ze 2 razy. No ale teraz zadanie, właśnie trzeba od początku to odpalić i wtedy tutaj sobie tereny przeszukiwać. Boski akr. God's akr.
Here we are. Let us find the graves of Alexander and Ruth, and whatever got Caleb acting so strange.
No właśnie. Szukamy.
Once more, with vigor.
More fun.
It's about to shoot. Don't just stand there. Move. Watch out. Spectre possession.
Is that a femur?
I think I see a patella.
Lovely.
Dobra, kości zbezczeszczone. Ruth i Aleksander Watson w groby. Może tutaj.
Ruth Watson. There's another grave beneath it.
Zbadaj okolice. Dobra, grób znaleziony. Tutaj iść.
I'm right here, you know. Run, Red! Decoys to distract wayward specters. Rudimentary. Someone's had a little training.
If undertakers did this, they should find other work.
I doubt there's a job on Earth that suits whatever did this. Here did lie Alexander Watson.
Did Caleb take their bodies?
Someone did. And he's at the top of my list.
Well, they made quite a
No,
mess.
nieźle. Zbezcześcili ciało, ale po co?
Follow the path. Don't get too close.
I'll try.
Znajdź wabiki.
This way. More of them. That's what I was talking about when I said don't get too close.
Dobra, teraz ci przeciwnicy to już słabi, nie? A to na normalu jest. Było trudniej na początku.
Ready and waiting.
Jeden strzał, ponad 400. I dopiero 14 poziom mam.
Demonology. I should have known.
Tutaj. No to już była właśnie. Odkryta skrzynia. A to z drugiej strony jest. No tak, no. Już tutaj poeksplorowałem. Tutaj to jest ta. Opuszczony żniwiarz, dobra.
He's persistent. I'll grant him that.
Pretty weak shite, aren't you?
117, ładnie.
Let's get back up.
Get the hell out of there!
Something's good. I hate
I po żniwiarzu.
Was it your first?
Mamy
Won't be your
broszkę.
last.
Żniwiarz padł. 15 sekund. Łza Orfeusza. A to mam 59, to jest jeszcze lepsze, bo ulepszone. Zwinność, żywotność, a to jest na siłę i żywotność. 4. No tak, ale mniej mam, ale może być, jak dopakuję, lepsze. Tak jest. To by trzeba dopakować. Siła, żywotność. Zwinność tutaj w sumie 59 obrażenia. No nie wiem, dobra, na razie chodzimy z tym.
Aye, thank you.
Shrines now? With bones?
It's like Lady Blackwood's boudoir around here.
Should we take a glimpse at the past?
Oh, there, fella. You're nasty, aren't you?
Nasty, yes, but also shoddy. It's very poor work.
Kurde, pergaminu nie mam. Kurde, dobre. Fajne, gdzie jest pergamin?
Are you sure we didn't miss anything?
With a bit of luck, we'll find what we need.
Kurde, gdzie jest pergamin? Masakra. Normalnie nie mam pergaminu. Dobra, gdzie to jest?
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
Tutaj. Już myślałem, że gdzieś dalej.
What is that?
It looks like a butcher's.
Nie no, zazwyczaj właśnie takie zadanie to blisko są rzeczy. Nie na końcu mapy. Teraz do Mrocznego Lasu się cofaj. Po pergamin. Pół godziny. Potężny rytuał wskrzeszenia.
Genesis.
The ritual of... That ritual? The one that brings someone back? That ritual?
Yes, that ritual.
Wskrzeszenie, ukazanie, przywołanie. Dobra. Niestety. Nie to.
Still confusing your chants?
Cały czas mylę. Drugi raz pomyliłem. Ale to nie ma żadnych konsekwencji. Nie zabiera mi, nie?
You losing your edge?
No.
through a single point passes an infinity of paths.
Dawaj.
As flesh unto verb, as verb unto
Dobra.
heart, as heart
Tak
unto
musiało
flesh.
być.
Death's knot is unsevered, and I shall cut it.
Zbadaj las, poszukaj ech. Caleb. Kurczę, nieźle.
Caleb Watson invoked a ghost without a body for it to inhabit.
Duch
So
bez
it
ciała.
pays. Caleb
kurczę,
is no
aha.
longer Caleb.
O. Przywołał złego ducha.
He got the wrong ghost too.
He used pieces of his wife and also of his brother.
Ruth, Alexander, Caleb could be any combination of them in there.
Dobra, szef Caleb.
Let's go find out which.
Dobra, wracamy do niego. Tutaj. Może tu jeszcze przejście, nie? Ale to tylko było przedmiot. Ja już to zebrałem. Ten statek też stąd widać, ale nie mam jeszcze umiejętności. Wracamy. Byłem tu wcześniej.
Reinforcements!
Make a run for it!
Have a bit of this.
Run, Red!
That ritual, I suspect it's beyond me.
It's not, but we agreed you won't need it. Besides, Caleb's work was poor. Your work is good.
A ritual like that. Good is not a word that comes to mind.
No, wcale nie takie długie to, nie? Zadanie. W sumie blisko było tej osady.
Hush now. All is well. Nothing bad will ever come to us again. Shite off.
We've been to God's Acre. Quite a tale it told us. You're not Caleb, are you? Or at least not entirely.
Ah, can't fog you. Alexander Watson. Long tale short, Caleb tried to bring his dead wife back. And I live here now.
So many questions. Where to even start?
He was trying to bring his wife back. How did you end up in the mix?
Caleb made a fine cobbler, a poor brother, a worse husband, and a truly terrible witch. The ritual went to shite, because... of course it did.
Do both of you share Caleb's body?
Share? No. This house of flesh is mine. But because I am a generous man, I allow my brother to live in the cellar. We were twins.
W piwnicy.
I was the rotten half, they said. But who's the rotten half now? There's something else you should know,
O kurde.
if you don't know it already.
Opętany.
I'm not alone. I completed the ritual. My darling Ruth is in here too.
Caleb was no saint, but this is hellish grim. Does he deserve it?
Aye, he does. And it's not like I killed him. He's alive in here somewhere.
Caleb.
Watching me.
Alexander
learn his
zaraz.
name. He can hear me now. Destroying his reputation. As I had to hear him
Kurde,
destroy
nieźle.
mine.
Historia.
Painted me a fornicator.
How nice.
He took our love, Ruth and mine, and killed it. Now our love's reborn, and he can do naught but sit and watch. Caleb was a cad. Shite on him. Let him suffer.
You died trying to save Ruth from a burning house.
True.
And where was Caleb while all this was happening?
He was there. He stood rooted in place, frozen in fear. And then it was too late. He could do nothing but watch us burn. Caleb's name was ruined then. We're just putting the boot in.
You used the ritual to bring Ruth's spirit into Caleb's body. Why?
No właśnie, dlaczego?
Love moves a soul to strange endeavors. We deserve a better life. I set myself to claiming it.
I understand your anger, more so your desire. But what of Ruth's? Did you consider what she wanted?
Caleb stole a life from me, but he also stole Ruth's voice. She shrank beneath him. Of course she wanted a second chance at life.
I'd like to hear this from Ruth. May I please speak with her?
No! We've carved ourselves out a little happiness at last. I'll not have you break it. Please, leave us alone. Give us this.
We need to speak to her, one way or another. If he won't tell us anything, perhaps the house Ruth died in will.
You're well placed to see what goes on around here.
I've made a point of keeping people away, but aye.
Lammy Haskell.
The Haskell boy is weird. Talked with Caleb about both of them were full of sh.
What's your take on...
My brother gave him the glad hand act. Haskell's opinion of himself is far too high. To win his favour, you need only... He dragged my name through the dirt. Shite on him, and his so-called eloquence. What use is a silver tongue?
Tell me about folk here. Who stands?
What think I of they who shunned me, gulled by my black-mouthed brother? I'd say a curse upon them. But 'tis too late.
How goes the settlement, would you say?
It's going to hell in a shitting handcart. Not that I care, mind. But hope they find that witch, though. Can't have witches about the place doing the devil's work.
I'll be leaving you alone.
No dobrze. Tutaj wszystko tak jakby wyjaśnione, ale jeszcze nie.
Really? Hush now.
Tak jest.
All is well.
Znajdź spalony dom.
Ever come to us again.
Ruth and Alexander are having an affair in her husband's body.
W ciele jej męża, dobre. Tak jest, oceniam.
I can't find an angle with that. It's just plain wrong.
Something feels wrong. Something about Ruth. If we find the ghost tie, we can talk to her.
A co z tą windą tutaj? Znajdź spalony dom. Dobra, zaraz mapę włączę. Nic się nie dowiem z mapy. Trzeba poszukać. Co, to nie działa cały czas, nie?
The house that burned down.
To tutaj.
Nothing inside.
There's a lot of debris.
Sposób do domu. Dostanie się. Tego nie mogę cały czas. Klątwa jeszcze jest. Wejdziemy. Może tutaj.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here.
Nie. Dobra, deska, nie? Kurde, nie. No wchodź. Kurde, normalnie nie wiem. Tutaj nie. Nie wejdę. Z tyłu. Tędy gdzieś. Coś gdzieś z prawej strony. Nie przejdę. Wóz. Wóz z drzewem.
Wards. Think you can fend for yourself?
Tu nie przejdę? Co jest? Dobra, pomyślimy. A tu na dół, nie? Ta winda może. No nie mogę tu wejść, no co jest? Już tu klątwę trzeba może, ale jak ja mam to zrobić? Tutaj nie wejdę. Strzelić w coś. No wskakuj. Kurde, nie wiem. Trochę dziwne, nie?
Ghost wards cannot manifest. The ghost wards feel far away.
No, jest 6.
Just one keeps me from manifesting. Fancy knocking
Nie.
it down?
No kurde, no przecież tutaj, ale co ja mam... Jak ja mam strzelić?
A
No.
ward restrains me.
Amulet, no ale kurde, gdzie ten amulet? Tu mogę strzelać? Kurde, no są amulety na górze, nie? Ale... To nie mogę. Ja ich nie mogę zastrzelić. Trochę dziwne, nie? A tutaj? Nie no, tam muszę. Tu jest przejście, no ale jak ja mam tam, kurde, klątwę? Tam teraz się musi ukazać, no bo tutaj nie zrobię nic. Dobra, tu nie wejdę. Tu jest przejście i co ja tu mogę zrobić?
Take care. The place is warded.
Tu nie przejdę, ale tutaj coś jest, no. Kurde. Tu na górze. Dobra, tu jeszcze jest. No, tutaj wziąłem coś, nie? Wziąłem. Jest. Dobra.
Here I am.
Dobra, ja może teraz sobie normalnie to użyć, chyba. I będzie przejść. Okej. Teraz można wejść do domu pewnie. Spalonego. Tu już widzę przesuwanie. Jeszcze na górę może. Ale dobra, najpierw tutaj. Bo są skrytki. Dobra, tutaj wóz. Dobra, tu najpierw nie można. Tu chyba trzeba, to nie? Najpierw. Opowieść żony, dobra, tutaj.
Time must be nearby.
Dobra, że atlas
This one
ptaków,
shows real sensitivity.
dzieło
Caleb?
Caleba.
Maybe. Not Alexander. I suspect we've just learnt a little about Ruth.
Wszystko. Znajdź przedmiot wiążący ducha.
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher.
Nie, no tutaj, nie? Ta. Serce Ruth Watson. Uschnięte ludzkie serce. Nieźle.
Of course.
Ta, to są potrzebne rzeczy do później chyba do wskrzeszenia, nie? Na koniec.
One.
You! What do you have there? Stop right there, you rank ramp! Whatever you found, it ain't yours!
Aleksander jest.
You buried Ruth's heart in the ashes of the house that killed her. I find that odd.
You, a ghost, went digging in the ashes of a dead woman's house. You're ill-positioned to call me odd. Don't think I haven't felt your presence before.
Stow your tongue while I speak with Ruth. Ruth, can you hear me? Can you speak?
Puck off and die! I'm in charge here. No. Hush ye, Alexander. I'll speak. I'm Ruth. I hear you.
I'm Antea Duarte. We're here to help.
I'm glad. Please, end this nightmare. Help me. Ugh, go to hell in a bag of shite. We're fine, and you have not the right. You hear? You've not the right. Her heart! Give it back!
Show yourself.
No more does he silence me. We may speak. Help me, please.
Who taught Caleb the resurrection ritual?
To say it was taught would mean he'd learned it. He read it off a page. As a sorcerer, Caleb makes a fine cobbler. Thing about Caleb, he was a good listener. As he worked, clients would bend his ear. The Haskell boy, for one. As Caleb pinned the governor's shoes, young Lammy would talk magic. Nonsense, really.
Kurczę, nieźle. Lami Haskell.
Wait. Lammy Haskell gave Caleb the resurrection ritual.
After Lammy mentioned the ritual, Caleb became obsessed with it. He begged. Lammy, in his misplaced generosity, gave it. Caleb was intent on dark work. Lammy furnished written instructions.
Kurczę, czyli Lami.
Caleb's
Ale
got to touch
masakra.
life. How did it feel at the time?
Fajna ta opowieść.
It tore me in two. I loved Alexander, but I deserved to marry a man who would be true. Caleb seemed decent. I believed he loved me. I thought I married the better brother, but I'd married a liar.
Kurde, dobra. Oszczędzamy go.
Devil. And yet, not even he deserves this. No one deserves this.
How did Caleb treat you?
With adoration. I was an idol. Worshipped.
To nie miłość.
He was the sculptor and I was the statue.
No właśnie.
Smiling down, unmoving from my pedestal with nothing to say. Now I'm sewn into a festering sack with the quivering remnants of my husband and the angry ghost of his dead brother. Please, let me out.
Ruth, your husband Caleb's botched resurrection ritual brought you back, but allowed his brother Alexander to take you hostage.
Once we deal with the Watson brothers, you shall be free to ascend.
Do what you must. I'll suffer it if it leaves me free to go.
No! We can stay. Please, Ruth, let us stay.
Look at you. You're counterfeit, a sham of a thing. Your so-called life is no life at all. Caleb lied and stole your love. But when the time was right, you lied and stole his body. We're ending this nonsense now.
Nonsens, no. No i co? Wygnanie Aleksander. Wstąpienie. Wstąpienie Antei, tego nie chcę. Wskrzeszenie Antei. No nie, na wygnanie, wstąpienie Aleksandra. Wygnanie. To jest to samo, wstąpienie. Dobra. I co? Wywalamy go.
Alexander, yours is no romantic fable. There is no moral to this tale. You're a hostage taker. Nothing more.
No, Caleb can go to hell, for he well deserves it. But Ruth and I are in love.
Greedy men fight over a woman as if she were a thing. I'm done with that old story. Time to tell a better tale.
Ruth is free to go.
I shall have my rest now. Thank you.
Life to the living, death to the dead.
Kurczę, nieźle. Ta animacja jest fajna. Dobra, Ruth. Piekielne serca, zamknięty przypadek, esencja.
Are they gone?
Am I speaking with the cobbler, Caleb Watson? That you, Caleb?
O, właśnie.
I think... yes,
I
that's
dobrze zrobiliśmy.
Or it was me, once. For my bastard brother was my hollow keeper.
You're not entirely innocent, though. If you'll permit the unfortunate expression, there was more than one of you in it.
My brother deserved damnation, and you gave it to him.
Dobra, ale jakbyśmy go nie wygnali, to co?
But if you're
To
considering
co
the
z tą
same
Ruth?
for me, I'll not
Dobra,
go down
zobaczę
to
sobie
fight.
kiedy indziej.
I too am an imperfect man. I have mercy and patience in limited supply. Let's not test those limits further.
Na YouTube.
Alexander
Dobrze.
loved Ruth like a man loves
Do
his
gubernatora.
wife. Love a woman like a
Łowcy
thing.
wiedźm.
You don't love her at all.
Ruth deserved better. In life and in death.
O, mówili o Ruth, no.
That was something.
Don't take it to heart. Their choices are not your business.
Our choices are my business. And their consequences too.
Don't waver. We could win a battle, but we can't win the war.
Nie ma tego już.
Nobody should conquer death. And we don't want to pay the price of
A
time.
nie, jest. Cały czas.
I hear you.
Good. Now, let's see what Lammy Haskell has to say about raising spirits from the dead.
Gubernator tu jest. To można przesunąć. Już się przeniósł. Dalej. Tutaj pisała, już go nie ma. Dobra, to jest jego dom.
Governor.
May I help you, Mr. McCraith?
I have to admit, this is an unusual case.
Yes, but have you solved it?
I believe so. But the culprit was not responsible for the plague. At least not directly.
Have you found the witch or have you not?
Someone here has been dabbling in some dark magic. I have the name.
So, what are you waiting for?
Don't you want to hear the name?
I do not need to. The principle is what matters.
Not exactly. The name is...
Właśnie.
No, it can't be. My son is studious. Curious, too curious at times, perhaps. But he does not have a bad bone in his heart.
He showed Caleb Watson a ritual. The cobbler used it and became possessed.
Even if true, it would only mean my son was exposed to corruption. It happened before. Bring me proof, Banisher. Find the real source of evil.
I'll get it. Mark me. I must find your son, Governor. Sooner rather than later.
His interests too.
Kurczę, to jeszcze nie koniec zadania.
If he isn't here, he must be working on the outskirts. He's been sprucing up one of the abandoned houses there. I ordered them emptied when the sickness hit. Here, take the gate key. Go there. See for yourself. You're wrong about him. You're wrong about my son. Needless to say that I count, of course, on your discretion.
Okej, klucz do bramy.
He was quick to condemn till it was his own son on the block. Who's he really protecting?
We'll bring him the proof he wants. If the boy is guilty, his father may not be able to protect him.
No, Rami, namieszałeś. A nikt cię tak nie podejrzewał. Tak, tutaj klucz.
Hell's balls. What happened here?
Something's emanating from under there.
No wonder this place is off limits.
Dobra, może tutaj ta klątwa, nie? Tu jakiś bonzo może być. Co to za dźwięki?
Throwing tantrum, are we?
One of these must
Kurczę,
be
i są
Banishers.
te właśnie korzenie znowu. Nie no, w końcu muszę to dostać.
Mate, you here? You were studying botany. Why botany?
Z botanika. Dobra, on może mieć to. Inne przedmioty. On to korzenie może. Kurde, to by było dobre. Dobra, Lami, wychodź. Wyłaź stąd. I opowiadaj.
Door's
Co?
blocked on the other side.
Dobra, z drugiej strony. Latarniki. No jak mam wejść do domu? Kurczę. Nie wiem znowu. Tutaj. Dobra, skarb. Tak? Ale mnie go nie ma.
There's a lock.
Klucza nie ma.
Araloo. Mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
He mentioned an old mill.
Dobra, mapa on pewnie
Fascinated by the place.
tam się schował, nie? Aha, tu jest klucz. Otwieramy. Notatka Lamiego. Gdzie? Co on tu pisze? To miejsce jest jeszcze bardziej fascynujące niż sobie wyobrażałem. Tyle pytań oczekuję na znalezienie odpowiedzi. Mości Rulet miał rację. Pójdę tam, będę wykonywał swoją pracę, nie będę mi tam przeszkadzać. Podejrzliwi tępi sąsiedzi. Dobra, co to w ogóle jest? Dawaj, tutaj.
The incisions are clean. The precision of an expert.
There's magic here, though faint.
Nothing incriminating. Yet.
Remember what we found at Caleb Watson's? Maybe we're not looking in the right place. If I had something to hide, I might hide it in an abandoned mill.
Kurczę, wiatrak opuszczony. Dobra, to wracamy. Znajdź drogę do wiatraka. Kurde, to nie koniec zadania, nieźle. Byłem w wiatraku, ale czy opuszczonym? To na początku było, nie? Ale to był... No chyba, zobaczymy, dobra. Tu go nie ma. Tak, tam dalej ta eksploracja pewnie tego terenu, no właśnie. Czyli to się łączyło po prostu z tym zadaniem, nie? No tak.
Make a run for it! Watch out! We made it angry. I have another in sight. Don't let that specter get to the corpse. That specter's seen a corpse and it wants it for its own. Make a run for it!
Beat it!
Get out of there!
Okej, spadajcie.
Away from the village. Perfect for his research.
No tak, dalej lecimy w obcy wieś. Normalnie Lemiego szukamy. Kurczę.
Pleasure, that's for sure.
No ale fajnie się ta historia zazębiła z tym właśnie nawiedzeniem. Bo dalej lecimy fabularnie. A Lami jest odpowiedzialny za historię z nawiedzenia. To jest dobre. Dobra, Lami, tutaj niedaleko. Ale może tutaj skończymy odcinek i będziemy dalej kontynuować w następnym. Łowcy Wiedźm. Zapraszam na następny odcinek.